I see. So, my full name is Dorottya Szabó, but you can call me Doro. It's easier for the non-Hungarian speakers. So, my colleagues talked about different methods, new methods that we have to implement, or not have to, but it was a way to participate. And especially Ole talked about using artificial intelligence and HTR, so handwritten text recognition, in our fields. So we mixed this territory with crowdsourcing, in a meaning that after an artificial intelligence is a software is entering our fields, there should be some validation. And the validation needs also many time. It's also very time consuming and human resource consuming. So that's why we wanted to try, what if we have very skilled volunteers who can do this validation for us. So crowdsourcing is an activity that involves community force. And yes, that was what I was talking about, that we worked with our volunteers in validating the results of an artificial intelligence software. 5 national archives took part in this activity: National Archives of Norway, Malta, Hungary, State Archives of Spain, and the Torre do Tombo Archives, which is the National Archives of Portugal. And the work was done mostly during 2021. So let's see what the selection was. We wanted to select documents or collections that have something to do with genealogical research or local history research, because it was very clear and obvious that most of the visitors of an archive comes from this field. So Norway chose the National Population Register, and the time period was from 1906 to 1914, with many different handwritings. Portugal chose a register of charges, register of mercy, where mercies were granted by the crown, like land grants, rents, jurisdictions, recommendations, privileges, etc. Malta was about to choose immigration records from the Customs Department funds with a quite wide range, from 1905 to 1966. And it contained names of persons who arrived or who departed from Malta. The Spanish colleagues selected documentation on immigration to Argentina. So the basis here was the Passport Insurance Register of the Consulate General of Spain in Buenos Aires, with the time gap of 1936 to 39. And our collection was a census from 1828 that measured the tax-paying capacity of the population of the historical kingdom of Hungary. And we chose specifically the cities, the big cities of the former Hungarian kingdom. So we had our decisions. We found the collections that will be great for using artificial intelligence. It was crucial not just to have collections that have something to do with genealogical research or local history research, but also that they must have suited for indexing and retrieving information. So they should have been very structured documents, so to say. And here is the part when Transcriptorium came into the game. So they created an algorithm, which is a self-learning software. And this is a very crucial part, that this algorithm is a self-learning thing. So we needed to find volunteers who can, with their validation, who can help this algorithm to learn the good things and forget the bad things. Otherwise, it will be corrupted. Yes. The company who is responsible from Transcriptorium is an IT company linked to the university in Valencia. And I have to say that, okay, part of the text is not readable. I see now, sorry. Is it better now, maybe? Anyway, their segmentation worked quite well for each teams. However, in some cases, there were some minor problems. We needed to add new baselines, or some baselines had to be deleted. So the archivists in the background worked on that too. This is an example. You can see where the software detects the word, the sentence it has to transcribe. And in the meantime, while the Valencia people, we call them Valencia people, so the Transcriptorium built their software, we started to prepare a community building thing by the 5 partners involved. So we needed to find skilled volunteers who can validate the Transcribus results. And Transcriptorium, they created a separate English language interface, and our volunteers were able to reach their small package with digitized records. This is how it looked like. For each name or word, the software provided many suggestions. So the volunteer had to choose and validate it. And in case they did not find the correct transcription, they had to type in. And here comes the part again. This self-learning algorithm adapts to corrections. So it was very important to make good validation. That's why all the volunteers needed some professional background by the archivists who monitored, supervised their work. And I can show you now the Hungarian way, because this is what I am more familiar with. This was actually the title we created based on the Digital Treasures logo and idea that came from ICARUS. So the title said Volunteers of the Census of 1828. We made the public call, and we had to close it after 2 days because 100 people occurred out of nowhere. And we said, oops, it will be a bit more than we have expected. We are very happy for that, but still, it's a crowd. But before we said, okay, you are in, very welcome, they had to fulfill a test about their knowledge. So my colleagues previously created a test and created paleographical know-how, which is available online for them. The whole idea was previously of the pandemic time that we will have meetings from time to time discussing every issue that occurs. But of course, because of the pandemic, it was not possible to keep these meetings. We were lucky enough in Hungary to have one kickoff meeting, but after that, everything was shut down. On that first kickoff meeting, they have got their small packages, their passwords to the website. And it was crucial that our volunteers were genealogical researchers. And we wanted them to be part, oh, the internet is unstable, it says. Oops. So it was crucial to have people who are very keen on working for free. So that's why they had the opportunity to choose that particular city their ancestor came from. So they were willing to do the job for us for free. They had e-consultations instead of having personal consultations because of the COVID. And we had this closed Facebook group where they had the opportunity to speak with us, ask questions. And after a while, after 1, 2, 3 weeks, they have started to mentor each other within the group, which was great, because this is one way how to not just build, but maintain a community, I suppose. And it was also good for knowing better who is the best volunteer, who is the most skilled volunteer. I think it's very good. So from the 100, we had almost 70 who stayed with us, 66 actually. So it's quite a good thing. Their task was to transcribe minimum 50 pages each, and most of them made way more than that. The most extreme was a history teacher who made over 500 pages. So he was just fantastic. A teacher never has a time, sorry, but still he managed to do that. We gave them some presents as a token of gratitude, but I suppose it wasn't the motor of their work. We gave them some merchandising products. The grand prize was a DNA test, you know, but the proof that they were serious in this and they didn't have done this work because of this prize is that we made a questionnaire afterwards. And they said that it's a very good thing. They want to participate again. And this is what now happens back at home in Hungary, because we grabbed this group, this Facebook group, and we gave them new work. So they are now even now working on a new task that will be a classic transcription. So not validation, but anyway, they are working for free for the National Archives of Hungary. How great is that? Yes, and as I said, on the social platform, a community has started to build. So for example, that history teacher I was mentioned before, he was from Ukraine. So it was for example, very heart-warming that people ask whether he is safe, he is okay, and he is safe and he is okay. So yeah, a community was born. These are the final thoughts, and then we can have a nice cup of coffee, maybe. So working with Transcriptorium was a very great opportunity for all of us. I think I can tell. And we not just were able to see this new field entering into the archival field, but build a new community of volunteers. And of course, every archives will decide whether it was a success or not. In Hungary, it was definitely a success, so we are continuing this way. I suppose Norway does the same. Let's hope for the best, fingers crossed, and thank you for your attention.